minute.
What was your surname, please?
Stevens. Apparently my aunt's already here.
Okay.
We're on pitch 66. Lovely, thanks. You say that every time we come to a campsite.
Shall I stop eating my sweet?
We're going to have lunch in a minute. I thought you just stopped ages ago. I know.
Okay. Have you stayed with us before?
No.
Oh, okay. Barrier there in front of you.
Yep.
That's your code for it.
Yep.
All right. You'll need that every time you come in. All
Yeah,
right?
no worries.
The exit one opens automatically as you approach it.
Same Wi-Fi
password
code as
there.
ever.
Yeah. Rest of this is general information about the site.
Yep.
And there's a lot on there about COVID restrictions, what's
Yes.
open, what's not, all that sort of thing. All right. On this side, you've got information for off-site things like doctors, bus service times and numbers, taxis, supermarkets, stuff like that. All right.
Brilliant.
Have you downloaded the Track and Trace app?
Yes.
Instructions there. In our toilet blocks, there's two of them. This is the main one here. Toilets and showers are open on this one. You've got gents on this side, ladies on the other.
Yep.
And it's every other cubicle inside. And in there, on the wall, you'll find the QR code. All right?
Ah, lovely.
Okay.
That's what I need to check in with then.
Yeah. There's another toilet block the other side of these trees. All right.
Uh-huh.
That one's open for toilet facilities only. Okay. And on the back of it, there's a chemical toilet disposal and dishwasher
Right.
facility.
Yeah,
All right.
that's lovely.
Okay. I'll open the barrier if you want to follow me down. I'll
Thank
take you down
you.
to your pitch.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Travelling Box with me, Tanya, and yes, we are away again. Yeah, it's a strange time at the moment because it's hard to let yourself look forward to something because you just don't know, especially with introductions of the different tier groups with the government's COVID response. Things can change just like that, can't they? So you don't know whether your holiday that you booked is going to be safe to go to, whether it's going to get cancelled, but we're here. And where are we? We are at Canterbury, the Camping and Caravanning Club Site here. Oh yes, the first day of half term. We've arrived, and the beautiful thing is my mum has come with us as well, so that's going to be interesting, a new aspect of Frankie, because my mum's staying with us. My dad didn't want to come away this time, he's not a fan of autumnal weather, but my mum has come down, and my aunt, who I haven't seen since last year October, is staying on this campsite as well, so we get to see my beautiful aunt as well. And boy, have I missed her. I think that's been the toughest thing this year, isn't it? Missing family. So this seemed like the ideal opportunity before any other lockdowns happen or any tier changes. We live in a tier 1 category, so we're the lowest. Stop scratching the pillow, please. We're the lowest tier, and Canterbury is the lowest tier as well, and where my aunt lives is the lowest tier because she's also in Kent. So we're following the rule of 6, There are 5 of us, so we can quite happily meet up, and that's going to be lovely. I'm doing the cooking all week, so that makes me happy. But yeah, we're here. We're all set up, level. The pitch is lovely and level. The site looks beautiful. There's a nice dog walk here apparently. The facilities are open, so that's handy. I don't think we'd cope with 3 of us in this caravan and no on-site facilities, as my mum wouldn't quite like the way that we use our shower. So yes, it's just really nice to get away. I've had a particularly stressful few weeks recently with my business and things, nothing serious, just stress. And of course now school is back, and you know, that's been lovely to get back into the routine, but school hours had changed this past half term, and there was on reduced hours, which meant my work hours had to be reduced as well, and blah, 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 stressy. But we're here for 4 nights, and it's a 4 nights I've been really seriously looking forward to, just to spend some quality time with my mum and my aunt. And of course my son, but that's a given. We spend every day together, all day. Yeah, it's just what the doctor ordered, and the perfect reason for having a caravan. Anyway, we shall take the dogs for a walk shortly, and I will show you the site.
And that, a squid probably, that is.
Different names.
Yeah.
It's a bit like graffiti, isn't it?
Yes, but paint.
There's our water point. There's a beautiful sunset over there, which is just the most wonderful evening to have arrived, because we've got dry, slightly chilly but not cold enough for a coat, although my nose is feeling it a bit. But beautiful sky, beautiful sunset coming down, and looks like a lovely site to explore. We haven't done the dog walk area because I've been warned that's very boggy. We're not wearing our wellies today, so we'll put our wellies on tomorrow and explore that bit. But yeah, it's like a lovely campsite. The facilities seem great. They're open for everybody. I haven't been in there, and Amber's making a new friend. Come on. So yes, this is us for the next 4 nights. You happy?
Yeah.
Of course. We're camping. Camping is always happy. They're not for me. Well, one is, but one's for my mum. It's quite nice to have drinking company. So tonight's dinner, I'm cheating. Well, I say I'm cheating. I knew that after a 3-hour journey to get here and then wanting to be sociable with family, I wouldn't want to spend the evening chopping things up and cooking, so I pre-cooked and I've made some lovely fresh homemade lasagna last week. They've been in the freezer ever since until this morning when they came out of the freezer to defrost ready for tonight, and this is the first holiday when I've connected the gas because I haven't needed it until now. So I've just connected the gas, lit fire to the gas oven because I don't normally work gas ever. I nearly took my eyebrows off because I had it on high. So I'm now warming up the oven and we're going to cook these lasagnas. Enough for the 4 of us in the oven, and I can just sit and relax in peace and have a good old catch up and chinwag with everybody whilst they're cooking. Don't know how long they're going to take. I normally would cook them in the halogen oven at home. I'm guessing half an hour, Mum, do you think? About half an hour. No, they're nice lasagnas though, because I made 6 at the time and we've had one already. I do like to cook in bulk. Well, this is strange. My mum's on the other seat, which means I've got Amber. Mum's nicked her seat and she's most put out. So here we are, it's Thursday evening and we've arrived safely on site, set up, had a little wander around, had our dinner. Oh, Amber's sulking. Perry's happy though, he's got a different lap to sit on this evening, and yeah, it's really nice to see my aunt again, so lovely, and everyone seemed to enjoy the lasagna, so that's a win. And as usual now, we are sat here this evening and I'm still going to get to watch a movie, and Mum wants to watch one of her movies, so here we are. Mum doesn't drink, so I and brew for her. Not for me though. So I shall bid you good night. Tomorrow we're going to have a little explore, and we've literally just now booked ourselves some tickets for a river tour of Canterbury on Saturday, so I'm really looking forward to that. I had investigated that before we came here and had it in my mind to book that, so I'm really excited for that. That sounds really good, and it's dog friendly. So yeah, something nice to look forward to here whilst we're at Canterbury. And I'm looking forward to seeing the area because I've driven through Canterbury before but never actually visited properly, so this is a nice little getaway and an ideal town to visit in an autumnal season, I think, when weather's not so important. I think it's due to rain tomorrow morning, But we've got wellies, we've got coats, we've got hats, we've got jumpers, so we're geared up for any weather. But this evening's very, very mild, and we certainly didn't need a coat to walk the dogs just now. So, on that note, I shall bid you good night. Good night, love you lots. So does Amber, who's sulky. Rupert the bear. It's now a travel lodge. So we've made our way into Canterbury town city centre today. We walked from the campsite down a very long, very busy traffic road with a very narrow path, which I didn't enjoy too much. We've had to carry the chihuahuas because they kept getting spooked by the lorries and the ambulances going past and things. And all of the dogs decided to poo at the most inopportune times. But yes, here we are now in the centre of Canterbury, and we're about to go and have a look around the grounds of Canterbury Cathedral, which will be absolutely lovely. Wow, we're at the entrance to the cathedral after our long and arduous walk, and there's loads of scaffolding and it's boarded up. So not quite sure how we're going to get in there, or even if we can. We'll find out. Love that house.
Realistic fake food you can eat. Smiling logo.
Yeah, but I want to get closer.
They climb.
But we still can't find an entrance to the cathedral that's letting us in. However, I have found my most favourite building and house.
Pepsi, Coca-Cola.
Look at that! It's all over the place. The most crooked door, the most crooked house.
Do you think it's gonna fall over?
Oh well, I hope not. Should we go stand next to it and see if it does?
Yeah.
I want you to read the sign that it says up there as well, son.
On the narrow pavement below, Charles Dickens, 1849.
Wow.
I like his poetry.
So, do you think that was about this house?
Yes. Look
Go,
at
go
it.
and stand by that front door and show how crooked it is. That's fantastic, isn't it? They obviously didn't use plumb lines, did they? I'm trying to get at least a partial view of the cathedral. So who is he? Chaucer? Or Chaucer? I've got no idea how you say that. Is it? So, a bit of history. There is a little seat sticking out, and apparently, so my aunt tells me, that's where they used to dunk witches. What used to happen to the witches when they dunked them? Did they drown?
Well, it's to see if there was a witch, so if they drowned.
But they'd be dead, so it'd be too late.
I guess
Wow!
life, there was a
And that little piece of history is stuck in a tiny little alleyway
That's why
in the river.
Going in, no, they do it.
We've found a fascinating shop, and I think I found my next face mask. Son, which one do you think would be your favourite face mask?
I don't know. Probably that Peter one.
What, The devil.
Yeah.
If you're going to have to wear a face mask in a shop, it may as well be fun. Don't think I'd pull it off somehow.
In the entrance right there, that was over the most beautiful Christmas tree.
So here we are. We got tired and we didn't really want to walk all the way back. So for future reference, it's the number 43 bus. Of course you have to wear face masks. So here we are. Dogs, family, all on the bus making our way back to the campsite. So bus number 43.
Well, she's down at about 3.5, so
So we're all a little bit tired now. It seemed like an awfully good idea to walk from here into Canterbury Centre. I Google mapped it on the walking bit and it said from here to Canterbury Cathedral was 37 minutes, which seemed reasonable. And it probably is, if you know where you're going. And you haven't got dogs that want to stop every 5 seconds for a sniff, and parts of it are quite steep, but a reasonably pleasant walk, and we got into town no problem at all. Then after lots of walking around and the rain hampering things somewhat, it was dry when we set off, but then it started to rain, so we got quite soggy walking around, but we enjoyed a coffee sitting outdoors in the chocolate cafe and had a lovely look around the Canterbury architecture. And I love these higgledy-piggledy streets of the oldie worldy places, much like walking around Hogwarts, which I really like, and this one seriously likes. But yes, we're all a bit tired now, so we did get the bus back. And there's a lot of buses that stop just outside of Phoenix. If ever you're in Canterbury and you want to know where the buses are, you look for Phoenix and the bus stops all outside there, and it's the number 43 bus that takes you just across the road from the campsite to the Canterbury golf course. So very easy to bus it. But now we're back and we're all a little bit hungry. So tonight I'm going to make a gnocchi bake. So I will start by making a basic tomato base, so chopped tomatoes, some tomato puree, some herbs like oregano and coriander, and then I shall cook the gnocchi just in a pan, mix that all together, blob it in a baking tray with some globs of mascarpone cheese to give it some lovely creaminess, and sprinkle parmesan on top, and then bake that. So we'll have a nice gnocchi bake to enjoy, which will be nice and filling. It's quite nice tomato sauce, nice and filling and wholesome, and perfect for a chilly evening. what a disappointment to get all the way to Canterbury with the really big idea to explore the grounds of Canterbury Cathedral, and it shut. Could only happen to us, it really could. Nonetheless, it's a beautiful place to visit. The architecture, which is so old and so typically English, is just stunning and a far cry from where I live, so it is lovely to visit. But I'm particularly looking forward to tomorrow, when we're going on a punting cruise along the river. That's all booked for all of us, and the dogs can come. It's dog friendly, the dogs are free, so that should be brilliant fun. I'm just really hoping for some better weather, because yeah, we did get very soggy today, very soggy indeed, which is fun when you all get back to the caravan and have to dry everything off. I have just dumped all of our coats in the car. But tomorrow we're going to drive, as we found a parking area, so I think that would be easier to drive in, and then we'll have more energy and time to actually explore without getting too tired, and without little legs here getting too tired walking around as well. Because it's quite a busy place, very touristy, lots of tourists. And of course we blended in quite well. So yeah, I didn't do as much filming as I perhaps would have done, but the rain really hampers with that, and having to carry little legs and walk along cobbled streets that are jostling with people. I tended to wait until it was a bit clearer before I got the camera out. But yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was nice to get back to a very warm and cosy caravan. We haven't needed to put the heating on at all. Quite frankly, just putting the oven on makes everything really hot. But yes, now we're about to settle down for the evening and relax before we start a new day tomorrow. So as ever, thanks for watching. Love you lots. Bye. Oh, I don't know. The beauty of having a man in the caravan, eh? Really? The beauty of having a man in the caravan. Car's full. Everyone's in. All the dogs are in. And we're going to drive into Canterbury and catch a boat. Here we are on our boat.
We got on the wrong one.
Well, we found the wrong one, and then we found a much friendlier company, which we're really happy with. Where's our gorgeous sailor? What do you call yourself? Kieran. Kieran.
Look, a bottom.
And we're on the river.
Hey.
I've seen the bottom.
Look.
Oh, we passed the witches thing that Faye pointed out yesterday, the dumping sea. We didn't realise we were under that. So I wonder how many poor desperate witches died there.
All women.
His statue, a lot of people sort of believed at the time that he could talk to birds. And often on tours, people notice that birds do seem to like to gather around this part of the island as well.
Well, they didn't realise he had pockets full of bird food, and they were parrots because they weren't talking to him.
I mean, whether the birds gather here because of anything to do with St. Francis or because there's a tree with some berries on it, I could not tell you. They want to shatter the illusions, of course, though. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Are there any diseases or viruses?
Oh, they were at the
all the
time.
Loads. That's a really good question, actually.
Can you tell we're in a COVID outbreak?
Yeah, well, funnily enough that you say that, the plague.
Yes.
Closest thing I can give you.
Yes. Great plague.
One, oddly enough, was very similar to COVID as well. So there's obviously the two very common types of black plagues. There's the bubonic and the pneumonic. The pneumonic plague was a lung condition. So it would affect your lungs, make it hard to breathe.
A bit like COVID does now.
Exactly.
And the other one?
And there was one other one as well.
The Black Death.
Yeah, the Black Death is the general term. There is one more as well. recreate Titanic with you guys on board.
I'd rather you didn't. If it's all the
Yeah.
same, none of us are called Rose.
Exactly. You don't want to hear me singing Celine Dion.
And I can't do ice.
Don't have a door for you to float on, which you can definitely fit 2 people on, to be fair.
Yes, I think she was a bit selfish there, wasn't
Very
she?
much so.
Poor Jack.
Who was Jack?
It's a film called The Titanic. You can't watch it yet. When you're a bit older, I might let you watch it.
I guess it's a bad one.
It's a bit sad.
Just behind me is the Eastbridge Hospital. That's the lovely old building up there. It's about 900
beautiful.
years old in parts. Some are a little bit more modern though.
Love that window.
That's gorgeous, isn't it? So yeah, the bit off to my left here is the oldest part. Hello.
You're gonna crash into us.
No.
No.
Experience awesome.
Talking about the Black Plague, there were plague victims kept in the hospital.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Don't breathe some.
But normally, it wasn't a hospital. Beds at the moment, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously back in sort of medieval period, people didn't understand how diseases were spread. And so many pilgrims visiting Canterbury brought the plague with them. Canterbury was hit pretty hard by the plague, many of them coming believing that the priests in the hospital would cure them. They obviously believed that praying and miracle cures would save them. It didn't, it just spread the disease further.
Lovely.
Absolutely lovely. I'm being sarcastic there.
We know, baby.
We do have the old, love the one in the doorway though.
That's
we have taken
stunning.
calling that the what time do you call this?
That's Mum waiting for you in the lounge when you come home late.
Yeah.
Mummy,
Yes, son?
I'm thinking probably that and those were people who turned to metal and stone.
Oh, like in Doctor Who.
Oh, maybe. That's a really good idea. And what would turn someone into stone?
A mother's withering glance.
Yeah. Producer.
Mummy,
Beautiful, isn't it?
what is that?
What it, the building or the statue?
Sculpture.
The sculpture which looked like drool.
I think that was something else, but it's melted in the sun, which is why it's kind of. I couldn't tell you what it was before though. It's been like that the last 2 years. But the building itself is now the King's School Art Department.
Hence all of the sculptures.
Yeah.
And
So
all of the bits in the
King's School
garden.
is inside Canterbury Cathedral. It is a private school, so the tuition is about £36,000 a year. But obviously, for all that money, they have the most amazing facilities, including sort of lovely old.
Oh, wait till you get closer. Wait till you get closer.
Can I do it now?
Wait till we get closer.
Now?
Now. Beautiful.
I threw a stick!
So here we are now outside of the City Fish and Chips Bar, which apparently was my nan's favourite fish and chips place. So in honour of my nan, here we sit outside on a cold and wet day, but we're about to sample my nan's favourite fish and chip, which really has to be done. So we're having the laziest Sunday ever. So far this morning we have sat inside the caravan, chatted about nothing, eaten homemade apple pie brought courtesy of my aunt, who makes the most amazing pastries. And it's just rained and rained and rained. It's stopped raining a bit. It's kind of spitting. So we're braving the break in the clouds to investigate the dog walk. Unfortunately, the chihuahuas have decided they do not like rain and muck. Luna, who has done her ablutions, has gone back to the caravan with my mum. Tori, on the other hand, hasn't yet. And she's dragging somewhat behind, which is really annoying. Anyway, my son said he saw a fairy house. Where?
There. There's a door.
There's a door?
Yeah.
Where? Where's the door?
There. Like there's some gaps. 3
Oh,
or 5.
yes. There is a little fairy door. So we're going to have to keep our eyes out for any more fairy doors.
Yes.
Right, come on then, poops. Oh, that's the path we're taking.
Go that way. Okay.
Go then. Good girl.
Another one.
Is there a number on that one?
There's I think not, but there's a door.
That's a cute little door, isn't it?
Yeah. And bunting.
Where? Where's the bunting? Oh, there's the bunting.
Yes.
That's very cute. Very observant of you. Right, come on then, girls.
There's,
Oh, there's another door.
like, I think it's a window.
So, or their neighbours.
Probably.
Could be a terraced housing situation. There's a picnic bench down there.
Terraced. Awesome.
Is there one in that tree?
No, but there's a weird white thing.
That's just stripped bark.
Ah. On my game I saw stripped bark.
Okay. How do you get underneath the twig? Come on.
How did you actually do this?
What is that? Is that a little fort? Made out of logs?
A tree.
Is it a dead, broken tree? That's a pretty one, isn't it?
I like the rainbows.
And someone's put a feather there as well. Amber, you really can't keep doing this. Come on. Be very careful, son. It's quite slippery. They were right about it being boggy, weren't they?
This is, I guess, on my I would like
I'm glad we got our wellies on.
But this is still top.
alright, you can make it, Tori. You can. Good girl. Don't make a roughy tufty out of you yet.
Obviously a hill.
And now it's raining even more.
Right.
Well, I hope not.
Which way?
I don't know.
That one?
In better weather, I'm guessing this would be a very pretty walk indeed. And I might have done more of it. But the rain's getting heavier again now. And I'm only wearing a tracksuit. I should have put my jeans on. So in a bid to not get any soggier than we already are, we're going to make our way back. So from where we are, pitch 66, the dog walk starts in that corner over there. So quite convenient really. So after a fantastically lazy day, seriously lazy, watching movies or cartoons, going for a little dog walk, reading, playing games. We're now settling down for the evening and I'm going to cook a lovely dinner. I hope it's lovely anyway. I'm going to make a spaghetti bolognese for the four of us, and whilst I'm cooking and chopping and doing all of my favourite thing, my mum is keeping my son entertained with some board games. You can't beat caravanning for family time, can you? This has been so lovely, and I haven't done as much filming this weekend as I normally would, simply because we spent so much time catching up. As I said before, I haven't seen my aunt in a year, so So it's just been so lovely to see somebody in person that we haven't been able to, and just really enjoy each other's company again. And you know, it's like you get three women together, they can talk for England, so that's what we've been doing. But yeah, spaghetti bolognese this evening. I've got fresh mushrooms, tomatoes, onions, garlic, peppers, the Naked Glory vegan mince, which is a fantastic mince. I can't remember showing you this before. It's a really, really good plant-based meat. Yes, oil, herbs, salt, pepper, the usual. And of course, I'll be putting a pan of spaghetti on it as well. But I'll start the actual bolognese first, so that can be simmering whilst the spaghetti is cooking. But the clock's changed this weekend, so it's not quite 5 o'clock yet, but it's already getting dark, which is a bit gloomy, isn't it? But yeah, I'll start cooking. Perfect. Doesn't need anything? Okay. Well, that's it. Our last evening here at the Canterbury Camping and Caravanning Club Site. And what a lovely 4 days it's been. It's been absolutely gorgeous and just what we needed. And there's no better way of spending time with family and seeing family that you haven't been able to see for such a long time, especially at the moment with the pandemic and everything else, blah blah blah. This is a wonderfully socially distanced way of meeting up in your bubbles and staying safe as much as possible while still retaining your mental health and your family ties, which is really, really important, especially for my son, because at his age it's easy to lose touch with extended family. So it's been really lovely to see my aunt this weekend, and especially lovely to have my mum here staying in Frankie with us. And we've used Frankie in a whole new way this weekend, as we've had to turn this lounge area into a double bed for my mum to sleep on every evening. I have to say, I'm really glad I do have a fixed bed normally. Because picking it up every night and then packing it all away again during the day is a bit of a faff. But it's not too bad. It works well, and Mum says it's comfortable enough. Not quite the same as her Simba mattress at home, but beggars can't be choosers. And we've certainly made the space work for us, and we've been nicely comfortable. Cooking for 4 has been no issue, and yeah, the storage space that we have here has been ample for the three of us. Sometimes it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but you know, not terrible. Mostly it's a tight squeeze because of the dogs and cats wanting to be wherever you are, but that's normal. Yeah, Canterbury itself is beautiful. It really is a historic city with a wonderful mixture of, you know, Tudor, Victorian architecture, spanning so much history. My favourite thing this weekend was definitely the tour on the river, thanks to Kieran and the Canterbury Historic River Tours company. That was fantastic. We thoroughly enjoyed that, really did, and it's completely dog friendly, dogs are free, and yeah, it was just our little family bubble and our dogs, with Kieran sitting at the front telling us all and rowing us along the river. So absolutely delightful. Thoroughly recommend that, especially if you're looking for something to do with dogs. Brilliant. And kids, yeah, my son adored it. So yeah, beautiful place to come. I would like to come back one day, preferably when the cathedral's open. We did find the entrance to the cathedral, but it was to the cathedral itself rather than the grounds. My mum's coughing in the background and trying not to. So yeah, we couldn't take the dogs in, which was really frustrating. There's a place called Canterbury Tales that was also closed with scaffolding up. So there's a number of things at the moment that are closed, and whether that's because it's low season or whether it's been for a while, I don't know. But the town itself is beautiful anyway. And there's certainly enough to keep you occupied and you know, lots to look at and do, and it certainly suited us. And today has been a wonderfully relaxing day, doing pretty much nothing, playing games, reading, and just relaxing, which is what you need on a holiday sometimes, just to do nothing. This is potentially our last getaway for 2020. Quite frankly, the will it happen, will it happen stress of lockdowns looming and tier restrictions is a bit too stressful right now to book anything else, because you just don't know what's going to happen. But well, we've got 2021 to look forward to as well. So from all of us here at Canterbury, from Berry Chicken, dogs, the cats, my son, my mum and I, yeah, until next time, love you lots.